Most people think finding original art happens in a gallery, under white lights, with a glass of champagne you didn't ask for. A gallerist who looks at your shoes before she looks at your face. But here's what nobody tells you. The painting that will matter most to you, the one your children will fight over someday, the one that will still stop you in the hallway 30 years from now, you won't find it in the gallery. You'll find it at 2 o'clock in the morning, on an artist's website you found by accident, on a page you can't stop scrolling, staring at a painting that has no reason to matter to you. And yet you keep going back. This video is about how to find that painting. Not how to buy art, not how to invest, not how to impress anyone. How to find the painting that already somehow yours. The painting that speaks deeply to your soul and your being. The painting that will watch over you while the years pass by. And the painting that will change you. There is a difference between buying art and finding it. Buying is a transaction. You exchange money for an object, the object arrives and you hang it. You move on. Finding is a relationship. It is not just between you and the painting. It is between you and the artist, between the painting and the room it will live in, between the person you become while the painting watches. I've talked before about how a painting is not a refrigerator. A refrigerator will break down. It will get scratched. It will be obsolete in 10 years. A painting can inspire you every single day for the rest of your life. But that only happens if you find the right one. The painting doesn't just decorate a room, it defines it. It is the first thing you notice in the morning, the last thing that you notice before you turn out the light. It becomes the background of your life and somehow at the same time the foreground of what matters. So how do you find it? Before I tell you where to look, I need to tell you where not to look. Not at the price tag, not yet. Not at what is trending. Not at what your friends will think when they see it. The first person you need to consult is you. This sounds obvious, but most people skip that part entirely. They start searching before they know what they're searching for. They scroll through hundreds of thousands of paintings and everything looks nice and nothing feels right. After now they close the tab and nothing changes. And here's what I've come to believe. The art you will love most, you've already chosen. Not consciously, not by standing in a gallery and making a decision, but by living your life. By the clothes you put on in the morning, by the song you played 3 times yesterday because it hit something you couldn't name. Your taste is not random. This is the most honest thing about you. Let me show what I meant. Not the aspirational pieces, the things you bought because you thought you should. I mean the clothes you actually reach for. The ones that feel like you. Now here's where it gets interesting. The same person who fills their wardrobe with soft creams and sage greens, dusty blues, chooses silk or linen over polyester, who would rather be comfortable than impressive, that person will probably not fall in love with a neon abstract. They might appreciate it, they might find it interesting, but they won't feel it in their bones. Because your aesthetic, the visual language you've already chosen for your own body, is not separate from the art you love. It is the same language, spoken in a different room. I practice salsa dancing, and when I dress for salsa, I wear things that move and fabrics that flow, colors that catch light when I spin. There is a rhythm in how I choose clothes. There is a rhythm in the paintings I make. Moonfire. The painting that takes its title very seriously. It is heat and motion and something almost dangerous. It moves the way salsa body moves, with tension and release. I didn't plan that, but of course it is connected. How could I not be? All it comes from the same person. And here's what nobody tells you about finding your art style. Stop looking at art. For 1 week, stop looking at art. Instead, notice what you are already choosing every day. Notice the colors you reach for in your closet. Not the ones you think you should wear, but the ones you actually wear. The ones that make you feel like yours. Notice what music you play when no one's listening. Notice what you tell people you like, what you actually put on. The song that makes you breathe deeper. The album that you return to again and again, year after year. Notice what rooms you linger in. At friend's house, in a cafe, in a hotel lobby. What it is about those spaces that holds you. Because here's the thing, the music you love is already telling you what kind of art you love. Not literally, it is not like anyone who listens to just buys abstract paintings, but emotionally, energetically. If your playlist is full of acoustic guitar, raw vocals, songs that sound like they were recorded in someone's living room, you might be drawn to art that feels homemade. Visible brush strokes, texture that you can see, evidence of a human hand. If you listen to complex orchestral music, layers and layers of sound that reveal something new each time you hear them, you might fall in love with paintings that reward slow looking, the ones that don't give you everything at the first glance, the ones that change deepening on the light. If your music is all rhythm and bass and energy, something that makes your body move before your brain catches up, you might be drawn to art with motion, gestural paintings, work that feels like it's happening. Not because the genres match, because the feeling matches. I learned this by the hard way. A couple of years ago, I visited Yale University Art Gallery, and I stood in front of Picasso, and I felt disturbed. Not wrong, not like I failed to understand great art. Just, this is not for me. This does not belong in my life. But Frida Kahlo, I love Frida as a woman, as an artist, and her courage and her fire, her refusal to be anything but herself. And yet her paintings, my birth, the darkness in them, I couldn't live with those on the walls. And for years I thought that was a failure in my taste. It wasn't. It was my taste working perfectly. Taste is not about liking what you're supposed to like. It is about knowing, truly knowing what belongs in your life and what doesn't. The Picasso's and Frida's paintings, I couldn't live with those. They taught me more about what I do love than gallery would ever talked. Your taste is a muscle. You build it by paying attention, by noticing what moves you and what doesn't, by trusting the feeling in your body, the lean in, the catch of your breath. That says that you should like something because it's important. And here's what I've come to believe. Every painting has a person it's meant for. Someone who will stand in front of it and feel that was made for me. Not because they read the artist's statement, Not because someone told them it was good, because their closet, because their playlist, their whole life has been preparing to recognize that. If this is resonating with you, if you ever had one of those moments when a piece of art stopped you in your tracks and you didn't know why, you're in the right place here. Subscribe if you want to keep following this journey. Thank you in advance. So you've spent a week noticing yourself. You know your colors. You know the energy you respond to. You stopped trying to like what you're supposed to like. Now, where do you actually find the painting? Not in galleries. I love galleries. I really do. But here's what nobody tells you about the gallery world. Many of those pieces selling for thousands of dollars, they're not original paintings at all. They're prints. Beautiful prints maybe, prints that can even be good investments, but they are copies. A print is a copy of a decision. An original is the physical decision itself. It's the energy. Energy is in the painting, not in the print. And here's what nobody tells you. Galleries take commissions, 50%, sometimes more. That painting priced at $6,000, the artist might get 3,000 of it if he's lucky. When you buy directly from an artist, every dollar goes to the person who made the thing. Every dollar says, keep making art, keep showing up at the studio, keep mixing that exact shade of blue at midnight. That's not a purchase, that's patronage. So where do you find those artists? Social media. I know, it sounds too simple, but the artists whose work will matter most to you, they're posting right now. On Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok. Their process, their studio, the painting they just finished at 2 o'clock in the morning. The algorithm doesn't know your soul, but it does notice what you linger on, what you save, what you prefer, what keeps you coming back. So let it work for you. I found the artists I love the same way you will, not by searching, by noticing what I couldn't stop looking at. Paintings I kept turning to at strange hours. Studios that felt like home before I would even step inside them. And when I looked back at everything I saved, without trying to curate, without trying to be impressive, a pattern emerged. And here's what I invite you to do. Spend few weeks following artists, not famous ones, not the names everyone knows, but emerging artists. Artists whose work makes you stop scrolling. And notice, don't try to analyze it, just save them. After a few weeks, look at your saved collection, and you will see the pattern. Not necessarily in subject, not all florals or abstract or all landscape, but in energy, in color, in the way the work makes you feel. The pattern is your taste, and that is the thing you've been looking for whole life without knowing it. And then one day you will see it. A painting that makes you stop, not scrolling past, but stop. And you'll tell yourself all the sensible things. It's too much, you don't need it, wait for a better time, but you'll keep coming back. And here's the part nobody tells you about buying original art. The mental gymnastics. When I found my first original painting, the one that now watches over my art room as I create, I went back and forth for hours. I opened the listing and I closed it. I opened it and I closed it. I told myself all the sensible thing. You know, the things that we say to talk ourselves out of what we actually want. It is too much money. You don't need it. Wait for a better time. What people think. What will they tell? As if the painting was for them. And then I asked myself one question, just one. Would I rather have a new appliance that starts depreciating the moment it's delivered? Or something that could inspire me every single day for the rest of my life? I wanted to live in a home, not in a hotel. A hotel room is designed to please anyone, and that means it belongs to no one. It's anonymous, safe, it's beige. Beige is the sound of a room makes when it's given. Your home should be a portrait of who you are. It should hold your stories, your grandmother's paintings, the books you actually read, the colors that make you breathe deeper. And no interior designer, no matter how talented, can do that for you. They don't know the grandmother's painting. They don't know what makes you feel like you. Only you know that. So I bought the painting, and the feeling I had the rush I felt when I clicked on the buy button. I bought this painting for me, not for sensible me, not for practical for me, but for me who fell in love with art in the first place. And then I waited. Every day I checked the tracking number. Every day I imagined the painting in my space and where I would hang it, how the light would hit it. When the package arrived, I did something that surprised even me. I didn't open it right away. I let it sit there for a few hours. I wanted to really be present with that moment. That was my first original painting, and I have been searching for it for so long. I wanted to remember everything. And when I finally opened it, I wasn't prepared. Online, the painting was beautiful, but in person, the texture on the canvas, the layers of paint, the brush stroke that you could see versus the ones that were softened, the colors shifted depending on the light. It was alive in a way no screen can capture. There was a handwritten thank you card, a beautiful poem on the back of the painting, even a fragrance aroma in the box. Every detail said, this was made for someone, and in this moment I felt like it was made for me. This painting will watch over my art room as I create, and here's what strikes me. Every time I look at it, it does what no hotel art ever could. It defines it. People walk into my art room and they don't say that looks like a hotel. They say this feels like you. And that's the difference. That's what original art gives you that nothing else can. And here's something I didn't expect to feel, but I felt it immediately. The permanence of it. This painting will outlive me. Someday it will belong to someone I haven't even met. A grandchild or a great-grandchild. Someone who will hold it and think it was hers. This is the first original painting in my family, the first heirloom I've created, and I am the one who started that. And here's what I've come to believe, and I didn't learn this from an art book. Every painting carries something of the artist who made it. The energy, the decisions, the way they see the world. A print is a copy of a decision. A print has no energy. An original has energy of the artist and the energy of the decision itself. When you buy an original painting, you're not just buying an object. You're buying someone's vision into your home, someone's late night obsession with a specific color, someone's quiet hope that their work will find the right person. And I believe every painting has a person. It's meant for someone who will find it and feel that was made for me. But when you buy an original painting, you're doing something else too. Something bigger than decorating your home, bigger than even leaving an heirloom. You're becoming a patron. Part of a tradition that goes back centuries. Artists and the people who believed in them, the patrons who kept the Van Gogh painting when nobody was buying. The collectors who preserved works that now hang in museums. Every artist who ever made it, somewhere behind them was someone who said, I choose this one. In the world of mass production, of things designed to be replaced, buying an original painting is quite an act of rebellion. You are saying, I believe in the homemade. I believe in the hours of someone spent mixing this exact shade of blue. I believe this matters enough to preserve. I felt so proud when I hung up that painting. Not proud like buying something expensive, but proud like I just became part of human culture. I just helped ensure that someone, somewhere, keeps making art. I paid for the painting, but what it's giving me, the inspiration, the reminder why I make art, the way it makes my space feel like mine, the heirloom it will become, the feeling of being a patron. All of it was free. Here's the thing, I almost took myself out of buying it. I almost chose a refrigerator. I'm glad I didn't. Your home deserves more than a hotel room look. It deserves you, your personality, your decisions, your energy, your stories on the walls. And no one can create this but you. So here's my invitation. Spend a week of noticing yourself, your closet, your music, your playlist, the rooms you linger in, the colors you choose. That's not a distraction from finding art. That is finding art. Your art displays your soul, and recognizing your soul is the most fulfilling mission in life. And when you are ready, follow the artists whose work makes you stop scrolling, the ones whose paintings feel like a conversation you've been waiting to have. Save the pieces that hit something in you. Watch for the pattern. Trust the pattern. And then, when you find the one, the painting makes you open the listing and close it and open it again, the one that you can stop thinking about, the one that quietly follows you home in your imagination until you realize it belongs in your life. Say yes, not to the price tag, to yourself, to the person who wore those colors and loved that music and lingered in those rooms long before you ever knew why. She knew she was preparing this painting for you. I truly hope you find your painting someday. And if you already have, the one that made your space feel like home, I would love to hear your story in the comments below. What was the painting? Where did you find it? How long did it take you to decide to buy it? How did you know that was the one? If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe. It truly helps my channel grow and allows me to continue sharing the magic of art, creativity, process, and stories behind the paintings. If you would like to see my original artwork, paintings created with every brush stroke, every layer, every night color obsession, every spark of wonder and creativity, you can find them at my website, YelenaLeClaire.com. And if you would like to go deeper, I invite you to join my inner circle of magical creator. It is a place where I share my newest paintings, behind-the-scenes stories, creative inspirations, and a little bit of magic that doesn't all make into social media. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Until next time, keep creating, keep dreaming, and remember, see magic everywhere. All my love.